What I'll do is jump straight into the Q&A. I'll introduce Aman and Jack shortly. My name's Nick. Like I said, I'm the recruitment team manager at Teach for Australia. This is my first year doing this role. For the last 3 years, I've been a teaching and leadership advisor, basically coaching our associates through the program, one of which was Jack, who I'll introduce shortly. At university at UQ, I was a lawyer. I studied law and went on to become a lawyer and was very unhappy doing that. So I don't know if anyone here is studying law, but I'd love to chat to you. Basically, I didn't find it purposeful or fun. And someone at my law firm at the time went on to be in the first cohort at Teach for Australia. And it always stuck in my head. And so 5 years later, down the track, I joined the program. And found it a much more purposeful way to spend my time. And it was a lot more fun, I discovered as well. So I moved from Queensland to Ararat, which is in regional Victoria, to teach. And then after that, moved to Mill Park, which is a nice segue to Aman to introduce herself.
Hi, my name's Aman and I am a campus brand ambassador for Teach for Australia. I've had the position for 2 years, and before that I was a student at one of Teach for Australia's partner schools. And so pretty much throughout my entire years at my high school, I had at least one run-in with a Teach for Australia associate or alumni. Although at the time I didn't know that they were part of Teach for Australia, I just thought they were really good teachers. So I am the first person in my family to attend university, and I guess I can owe all that to the teachers, from particularly the associates of Teach for Australia, who were able to not only support me, but support my friends and other students at my school where the option of going to university wasn't necessarily there. And there was also this great aspect about the way in which Teach for Australia associates and alumni are able to not only teach their students, but kind of support them and lead them into not necessarily thinking that university is their only option after finishing high school, but they're able to decide what they would like to do with their lives after high school. And that, like Nick said, that your postcode shouldn't necessarily define who you are, what you're able to do. And I am lucky to be one of those people where that was not the case.
Thanks, Aman. She's very humble there. She was the school captain when I was teaching there as well. So Jack, I'll throw it over to you to introduce yourself.
Cool, thanks, Nick. I feel like you stole my thunder a bit with your story. It's pretty similar to mine in a lot of ways, I think. It's probably pretty common with a few TFAs. But so I went to uni, finished in 2014 or 2015, I can't quite remember now. I did commerce arts. And when I was at uni, I probably wasn't really thinking too much about what I wanted to do after. I was just pretty good at commerce, so I was going through that and kind of majored in accounting. So I ended up working at a professional services firm as an auditor. Kind of fell into that in my first for a year. Much like Nick, kind of realized that when you have a job, you're doing it every day for a long time. So you probably should try and enjoy it and have a bit of purpose in it. I wasn't really finding that with working as an accountant. So I kind of was looking into teaching as a potential option because I'd always thought about it growing up. And then I kind of saw TFA and it kind of aligned with my values and kind of the idea of wanting a job where you can actually see the impact that you're having on other people's lives and feel a sense of accomplishment and also enjoy what you're doing. So yeah, fortunately I was able to get into the program. I got placed in Shepparton in regional Victoria as well. I wanted to be placed in a rural setting because I grew up in Tamworth in New South Wales, which is a country town. And I just know how important it was to have passionate and committed teachers when I was at school in the country. So kind of wanted to be that for other students as well. I stayed at my school for 3 years, so 2 years and 2 days and another year. Worked there. In my second year, was led the maths department, and then in third year, I was got a leading teacher position near the end of the year, mentoring new TFAs and graduate teachers, which was a pretty awesome experience as well. And now I've moved down to Melbourne. I'm at a new school. School has started off about 3 years ago, and looking to help set up the senior school in the next few years, which is a pretty cool opportunity. So yeah, really love teaching, and probably in it for the long haul, I'd say.
Beauty. Thanks, Jack.